So let's talk a little bit about content for your link wheel now. Now, the type of content you use will depend upon your strategy for your link wheel. Are you looking at dominating the top 10 and having human visitors? Or are you basically not fussed about the human visitors and all you want is to get the links to your site? If you really want human visitors and you want to rank well, then you need unique content. It has to be well written, unique content, either written by yourself or outsourced. It doesn't matter which. If you're outsourcing it, be prepared to pay sort of $10-ish for decent quality content. Now, if you're creating, say, a 10 link wheel, a 10-spoke link wheel, each one maybe has 2 pieces of content on it, that means you need 20 unique pieces of content. Now, this isn't, particularly practical because it's going to take you a couple of days to write it, or it's going to cost you a couple of $100 to outsource it. So what you might do is you might get 2 or 3 unique articles written, and then spin it or something else to stretch the content out so you can use it in your link wheels. Now, the last thing you want is for all your link wheels to be identical in content if you are expecting real people to visit and you want them to read it. If it's all the same, they're going to leave the site very quickly because they're going to go, well, I've seen this already, and go. So if you've got unique content on each one, it's very, very powerful because you can really dominate the search results. The other option, of course, is to use private label rights content. Now, this can be used as is or rewritten, or, as we'll talk about in a minute, spun. It depends upon what you want to achieve. Now, PLR content you're probably going to use if you are not too worried about humans ever really visiting it, because again, you don't want people coming to your site and going, oh, I've already seen this. They've seen it lots and lots of places. You want them to come there, find something fresh, new and interesting, and then obviously come through to your money site. The final option, of course, is spun content. It can be either unique or PLR spun. Now, in reality, what you are likely to use is a combination of these. You're likely to use some unique content, some spun unique content, some rewritten or spun PLR content. You're going to use a combination of it because it's probably most cost effective, and it's also going to give you sort of the quickest and the best results. So you're likely to use a combination of this, and it will vary from link wheel to link wheel as to, do you have PLR content that's good enough quality? Do you have access to a spinner? Have you got someone to write the unique content? So it's going to vary. But what I want to do now is just talk a little bit more about spinning the content, because spinning is another thing that people don't really understand, and there's a lot of, shall we say, mystique and a lot of misunderstanding. So firstly, you need a 450 plus word article. You need a decent length article. If it's too short, then it's not really enough content for link wheel. You want something that's good length. About 450, 500 to 600 words is enough. Any longer than that, and you might as well stretch it out a little bit longer and split it into 2. So somewhere between 450 and 600-ish words, and not exact figures. So somewhere around that. Once you've done that, you won't then want to use your particular spinning syntax to rewrite each sentence 3 times. Now, this will vary according to what type of spinner software you're using, but basically you rewrite each sentence 3 times. And you will find that perhaps you can't rewrite all of them. You may find that some of them you can only rewrite once or twice. Other sentences you may be able to rewrite 5 or 6 times. So, 3's are sort of average you're looking for. So some will be less and some will be more. Just, if you can rewrite it a number of times, rewrite it that number of times. Then within each sentence that you've rewritten, basically every single one of the sentences, you spin as many phrases and words as you can. So if there's a phrase that you can spin, you spin it. If there's a single word you can spin, you spin that as well. So you spin the single words typically with synonyms and the phrases with other phrases that mean the same. You will spin contractions with the full version, so can't becomes cannot, your becomes you are, there becomes they are, and so on. And what this does is this varies the word length of the article and helps make it that little bit more unique. Now, if you've got numbers, you may spin those between number 1 and the word 1. If you've got lists, you may do those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, IV, V, VI, and so on, or A, B, C, D, E, something like that. So you've got to try and spin as much as you can so it varies and looks different. And if you can do that, then obviously that's going to make the article highly unique. You're going to get a massive level of uniqueness, which means you can get 50, 60, 70 plus articles out of a single article that are really, really unique. And that is fantastic and just what you want, because the more unique your articles are, then obviously the better it's going to be for you, simply because you're going to have unique content that looks and sounds different on all of your link wheel properties. Now, there are automated spinners out there that you can use, and I've experimented with a few of them, and I can honestly say that whilst they do produce a high level of uniqueness, they don't produce content that is readable for humans. There's plenty of words which have many meanings in the English language, which the spinners don't understand the context. They just look at the word and spin that word. They don't understand the context which the word is being used in. So, for example, one niche that I've seen a lot of recently is, say, past life regression. Now, put that into an automated spinner and life and regression will be left alone. But past will be spun to previous, past and previous. And of course, previous life regression doesn't make sense. It's not the same thing. And there's many other examples like that. So you can use an automated spinner if you're creating canon fodder that's just for the search engines and you don't care about real visitors ever actually seeing it. And if you do that, then obviously, be aware that it's not going to read properly and it's not going to make sense. But if you follow through what we've talked about here for spinning your link wheel content, then you're going to find that it's very, very good. You're going to get some really, really good, unique content. That means your link wheel is going to be unique. So that means that every single site can rank very, very well, and you are much more in the chance of dominating the search engine results and really, really, being the #1 player in your particular niche. Now, obviously, once you've got your link wheel created, you need to start thinking about doing some SEO work on each spoke. You've got to start promoting those as well, so that you're going to get traffic to your site and start earning a decent amount of money from it. Now, there's plenty of techniques that you can use to promote your link wheel, and we're just going to talk about a couple of them right now. Now, when you create each spoke, the first thing you do once the site's created is ping it. So you'd go to somewhere like Pingoat or Pingler or Ping.in or somewhere like that. Any one of these ping sites, it doesn't matter which one you use. It really, really doesn't. They all do the same thing. And you would go to that site and then you ping. You use it to ping your spoke that you've just created. And what this will do is this will notify the search engines that the site's there, and it will start getting traffic to it. So it's going to get it spidered, it's going to start getting it looked at. So it's very important. That's pretty much the first thing you do when you finish creating a spoke. You would then social bookmark it. Now, you could outsource this, you could use software, or you could use a tool like onlywire.com, which I can highly recommend as it's free. So what you would do is you would social bookmark each spoke. Again, that tells the search engines it's there, it tells it there's a new site, and it's going to get backlinks into your website, and hopefully it will get you some traffic as well. If it gets picked up on the social bookmarking site, then you can get some good traffic from it. Many of the spokes, now not all of them, but some of the spokes will provide you with an RSS feed. Now take this RSS feed and submit it to the RSS directories. What's this going to do? It's going to get the search engines to your site, it's going to get you backlinks. And quite often with some of the social bookmarking sites and the RSS directories, these entries will rank independently for that keyword. So quite often you can get yet another entry in the top 10 results from this. So these are all ways of getting your site noticed by the search engines, getting it indexed, and start to get some backlinks, which obviously is going to boost each spoke up the search engine rankings a little. And then you need to do some link building to each spoke. So basically you've got to start promoting the spokes. You can use the backlink packets, you can use many other techniques, but you've got to try and get each spoke ranking. You've got to start getting traffic from each spoke. So you may do some blog commenting, or if it's Squidoo, you may go and find other related lenses and leave a comment, or put your link in the link lists, anything like that. All of that is going to get traffic and links through to your spoke, your site, and it's going to help it boosts up the search engine rankings. Now, something you could use that's very effective is press releases. Submit some press releases, even do some SEO on the press releases once they're submitted, and again, you're going to rank well. It could be another entry in the top 10 search engine results, so you can't go wrong with all this. And finally, you can use article marketing. Now, any traffic generation technique will work, but article marketing is very, very effective again. You can either write articles and submit them to Ezine articles, or you can take PLR articles, spin them, and blast them out to all the other article directories. It's entirely up to you how you want to work it, but article marketing is going to get you a good number of incoming links through to your website. So you've got to promote each of the spokes, because you want each spoke to rank well. You want them to rank independently of your money site. Now, if you have done well with these sites, you can get a lot of results in the top 10, and quite honestly, that's going to see your income do really, really well. You want the link wheel spokes ranking, you want them getting traffic, you want them funneling that traffic through to your money site, as well as the fact they're funneling the link love that helps boost your money site higher in the search engine rankings. So you've got to remember that the page rank is passing through from each of your spokes to your money site. So if you can get one of your spokes up to say it's a page rank 5, and it's passing through to your money site, then obviously that's extremely effective. It really, really is, because it's going to give that money site a massive boost up, because of course you've got a page rank 5 site linking to it. So you want to create a network of sites that have got good page ranks that obviously is going to help your money site so that you earn more from it. High page rank links is going to help you incredibly. It really, really is. So you've got to do this. Now, this technique works very well if you've created your money site and then you've created a ring of sites around it that you own, domain names that are then promoting your money site. Because if those have a high page ranks and you absolutely own them, they're your own domain name, not a Web 2.0 property, you've built some very valuable virtual real estate. It means that when you have a new site and you want to give it a boost, you just put a link on that high page rank site, and it's going to give your new site an instant credibility in the eyes of the search engines, which obviously is very, very good for you. But it's a tried and tested technique, all of this. It works very, very well. The techniques we talked about are ones that are very, very effective, but if you've got other favourite traffic generation techniques, then use all those. There's nothing wrong with you using any technique that will get the link wheel spokes ranking well. Now, there's lots of software out there that will create hundreds of links for you very, very quickly, so you could use those if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. You can just use whatever techniques work for you. It doesn't matter, but you've got to promote the spokes. At very, very least, you want to do the pinging, the social bookmarking, the RSS directory submission. That's the minimum that you want to do to achieve some results. If you do more, then obviously that's going to be better for you. But it's important not to leave any footprints when you're promoting your wheel and creating it. And we're going to talk about this in more detail in a little while. Is don't leave behind any footprints. If you leave behind something which the search engines can trace and say, aha, it's this guy, he owns all these sites, it could have a negative effect on your empire. Whereas if you've created sites following some of the techniques we talked about here, and you've randomized the linking structure, you've created, used different keywords as anchor text, and some of the other texts we'll talk about, then you're going to find that you don't leave a footprint and you don't get any of your sites removed. Some of the Web 2.0 sites are fiercely anti-internet marketers, so you do need to be careful how you create your sites there. But follow the techniques we'll talk about in a couple of videos time and you won't have a problem. But remember, you have to not only promote your money site, but promote the spokes of your link wheel, because the better your link wheel spokes rank, the higher your money site will rank, because sort of the link love, if you like, the link juice, whatever you want to call it, flows through from the spokes to your money site. So the better your spokes are doing, the better your money site will do. And it's simple. It takes you 10 minutes to use the simple techniques, but if you want to go into use article marketing and a bit more with the spokes, it's going to take a little bit more time, but you're going to see some really, really good results when you finish. And as we've stressed a number of times throughout this video program, you can end up dominating the top 10 search results in Google, which frankly is only going to do you an awful lot of good in terms of income and traffic. So let's talk about link wheels. Well, what are they? Link wheels are basically interconnected groups of sites. They're a set of Web 2.0 properties that link to each other and push a central money site higher in the search engines. So basically you can think of it like a wheel. Each spoke of the wheel is a link from an external site. In the middle of the wheel is what we call your money site. Your money site is the site that's going to earn you money directly. So it could be your sales letter, your AdSense site, your CPA offer, whatever it might be. It's all there, all in the middle. So basically you create this wheel of sites around it that link to each other and link to the central site. It's a very, very effective way to help you increase your search engine rankings. You can get a massive boost up the search engines by doing something as simple as creating these sites, particularly if you pick authority sites that are ranking well in the search engines anyway. So it's very, very effective, and what you'll find is you can start to dominate the top 10 search results in Google because your Web 2.0 properties are going to start to rank, but on top of that you're going to get ranking from your money site. So with this you could get 5, 6, 7 or more of the top 10 results if you do it properly and follow through what we're going to teach you. Now the only downside of link wheels is they can take a little while to create. They're not exactly quick and they can be very, very time consuming. So it can take you some time to do it, and I think this puts a lot of people off creating link wheels. People are excited, they're keen to have a go, and then they realise how long it's going to take and it puts them off. But it can provide you with a really good kick up the search engine, so honestly it is worthwhile doing. Now whether you choose to do it yourself, use software, or to outsource it is entirely up to you. It's your choice how you do it, but we're going to talk about those options as we go through it. But whatever your traffic generation strategy is, whatever your magic formula for getting yourself to the top of the search engines is, a link wheel should become a component of it because it's very, very useful. Particularly if you create a link wheel per keyword, you can end up with a very, very powerful network of websites that are really going to help you dominate the search engines. Now, what's in this course? Well, this is a complete step-by-step guide to link wheels. Now, I know there's some other training out there. You'll find the odd PDF telling you a little bit about link wheels, but this is an absolute step-by-step guide that tells you everything you need to know from start to finish, including some really advanced techniques. So we're going to discuss a lot in this video series. We're going to talk about the content that you need, where to get it from, what to use, and how, depending upon your strategy for your link wheel, you'll use different types of content. We're going to talk about how to create a link wheel as well. I'm going to show you how you do this. It's not particularly difficult to do, but I want to show you exactly how you create a link wheel. I'm going to talk to you about some advanced link wheel techniques as well. Now there's plenty of techniques you can use, but I want to show you some particularly effective ones to help you really maximize the results you get from your link wheels. Now of course, one thing you can do is all these spokes of your link wheels are independent websites. What happens if you promote those and get them ranking? Your money site will get extra link love and get a good boost up the search engine. So we're going to talk about that as well. It's very, very important. It's really going to help you. We're also going to talk about outsourcing, because I think outsourcing is very important when it comes to link wheel creation. Sure, you can do it all yourself, but at the end of the day, it takes time, and it's time you could be spending doing something else. So I'm going to talk to you about how you outsource your link wheel creation and give you a lot of tips as well. Now, a lot of people don't like link wheels because they say they don't work because their sites get deleted and removed and delisted. Now, that doesn't happen if you follow the tips I'm going to give you. I'm going to show you tips for success that are really, really going to help you succeed with link wheels. And of course, there's going to be a lot more. This isn't just about link wheels. You're going to learn lots more information about internet marketing, traffic generation, and so on. There's going to be an action-packed course full of information. So you may want to get yourself a pen and paper and take some notes as you go through, because we're going to cover quite a lot. So I hope you're ready for us to move on now. We're going to start talking more about link wheels right now, and I'm going to show you a picture of a link wheel and tell you more about how they actually work.